eco-friendly. Cold, snowy December, you know, that's not usually when you think about growing vegetables in West Michigan.
But it is possible if you have the right kind of equipment. Fox 17's Tim Doty live in Byron Center with more tonight. Nice to be without the coat, huh?
It is very nice to be without the coat. I have the sweater on. Tim is going short sleeve because he jacked the heat up in here. We need to give full disclosure. It's normally a lot chillier in here than it is right now. You keep it in the 30s, right?
Yeah, absolutely. High 30s, low 40s. Yeah, we're at about 65 right now. So.
And we're Vertical Paradise Farms. This is hydroponic, and I said I thought hydroponic meant no soil, and I look around and I see soil, but you said it is not soil, it is something else.
It is a soilless mix. It's not technically dirt. It's a sphagnum peat moss. We have some coconut coir and a little bit of perlite. So
and you guys have been doing this for 3 years out here, and this time of year you do lettuce, you do spinach, you do leafy green stuff, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Cold crops that can handle the cold West Michigan winter time, basically. You know, other times of the year we do some other crops, some tomatoes early season, some heirloom tomatoes as well, but predominantly greens this time of the year.
And we got to show some of these leafy greens back here. This is fantastic stuff, even for people who might not like leafy green vegetables. You've got a bib lettuce, and what else do you have?
Absolutely. We've got a red bib, we've got a traditional Boston bib, we've got a green leaf, and then we also have a Lola Rosa, which is a red and green combination leaf.
Now, I would think somebody who does this would have a background in farming, but you are a businessman, and you got the idea for this in college at grad school, right? Business school.
Absolutely, yeah. I was in business school, and you know, like we talked before, this is, to me, it's the same as banking and finance. It's units and how much it costs to produce each one versus what we can sell it for. So, absolutely, it's marketing.
It's supply and demand as well, because you're giving supply at the time when there's a high demand, because normally we're buying stuff at the grocery store that's coming from California, and we're paying for not so much the lettuce as we are the fuel and the transport costs, right?
Absolutely, yeah. At least half the cost of produce is in the distribution and or the transportation. You know, it costs a lot to run a diesel truck from California to West Michigan here. So, you know, we can produce it on a viable basis in the middle of the winter and keep it here in West Michigan.
So you've got 400,000 or so lettuce plants now. Other times a year you're going to do tomatoes, and then in the middle of summer I said, do you take your vacation? You said there's no vacation because you're planting fall vegetable types.
Yep, absolutely. Squashes and pumpkins, and yeah, there's no time off for the farmer, especially not the year-round farmer. You know, this is the traditional downtime for most farms, and well, we're not exactly down here at all. So.
You can't buy this stuff retail here. It is available Forest Hills Foods,
yep,
right?
Absolutely.
And it's also, you're supplying a lot of restaurants locally, and we all know that these chefs love local produce.
Absolutely, yep. And in the last 3 years, we've been fortunate enough to supply 45 restaurants in West Michigan, country clubs, and yeah, absolutely, we work very closely with the chefs.
And since you're doing all this indoors, there's got to be less bugs, and especially since there's not a lot of cold weather bugs, is it slightly healthier?
Absolutely. You know, this time of the year we don't use any pesticides at all, and that's mostly due to the fact that it's 20 degrees outside and the bugs don't live in here. So, you know, it works nicely. It's a lot cleaner product, and you know, like we said, it's going from the greenhouse generally to the plate or to the grocery store in a 24-hour window.
Wow. We mentioned some of the restaurants and the stores. We are going to have a couple of chefs join us when we come back later on in the show tonight. We're going to hear from one who's working at a restaurant, another who is a chef at one of the local grocery stores, and hear why they enjoy getting this local stuff at this time of year when you normally wouldn't expect it. If you want more information on Vertical Paradise Farms, I've got a link on my Facebook page as well as Fox17online.com.
Yeah, because, you know, you talked about the cost, but boy, the taste. I think you can just tell.
Fresh.
You can just tell.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you just look at this stuff, Sean, give them another look at it. It looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you not want to eat that stuff? It's not brown like it is if you grow it in your own garden and there's nothing crawling on it. Again, like what happened in your garden.
Yeah, looks great. All right, Doty, we'll see you in a bit. Thank you.